YouTube!
Hey guys, how's it going?
So a lot of you guys sent us some really great questions about our experiences in England. So we've got them right here, and we're going to go through and answer them to the best of our abilities. And if you ever have any more, you can just comment them or tweet them to us, and we'll always be happy to talk about it. What's the weirdest thing that happened to you? Okay, well, one of the weirdest things was my friends and I, they were like, okay, Ellen, we're going to get pizza tonight. Do you want to get it? I'm like, yeah. They're like, it's the best place. You're going to love it. It's delicious. I'm like, oh, what's it called? And they go, Domino's. I'm like, that's the bad pizza over here. So I wouldn't say that's weird, but it was definitely like, what? Domino's?
So I wanted mustard, right? I couldn't find mustard anywhere. Okay, so I go to the store and I see all of these mustards that say American yellow mustard, right? Because of my own idiosyncrasies, I didn't want to buy anything that said American mustard. And I'm gonna get something that I can't get in America. So I see Coleman's mustard. The packaging is bright yellow, right? So I'm thinking, yeah. What I didn't know, however, is that Coleman's mustard is really, really spicy. So I put a ton of this mustard on a turkey sandwich. And I took one bite of it and immediately had to spit it right back out because it was so spicy. It was not regular yellow mustard at all. And from that point on, I realized that, yeah, if I want yellow mustard, I'm going to have to buy the package that says American yellow mustard.
What was the biggest culture shock? I'd say that for me, it was just like the difference in how history is taught over there versus over here. Because there was one night where one of my friends was really warm, so I was fanning her off, and as a joke, I said, here's my apology for the Boston Tea Party. And she was like, what's that? I'm like, oh, you know, come on. Like, it was like the response to the Tea Act that you guys put on us when we were still your colonies. They're like, what are you talking about? So I was sitting there explaining the American Revolution. They're like, we never learned about this. I don't think this ever happened. I guess that, like, for me, it was thinking, like, the fact that, like, everybody's history is going to be geared toward them. So what I viewed as being a big part of history, they view as being a blip on the radar that's really not that significant.
I think for me, I had a similar experience. It was right around Thanksgiving, and all of the American students that were in my flat were talking about having a big family Thanksgiving dinner like we would have in the States. And a lot of the British students were surprised by that and how excited we were about it. And a lot of them assumed that Thanksgiving was something that was just done on TV and in movies.
What was the most fun? The club scene. Going out every week and just not acting like Ellen and acting like Ellen.
I think the most fun for me was just being in the vicinity of all of these just famous tourist attractions that everybody is, you know, so excited about seeing one day, like Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, the Tate Modern, St. Paul's Cathedral.
Ellen, how many peppermint patties did you eat in York? Okay, well, York peppermint patties were actually named after York, Pennsylvania, which was named after York, England. However, over there they had these things that were called Yorkie. They were just these discs of flat milk chocolate. They were about yay big, and they were my favorite. What are pasties?
Well, a pasty is kind of like a pie, but if people over here would know fry pies. They're like a folded over kind of half.
It's a fry pie.
Pasties generally are savory though, so it's gonna be like a pot pie, like
and
a meat
like
pie, but handheld.
And like I guess that like the most famous one is the Cornish pasty, which would be ground beef, which they called minced beef over there. Mm-hmm. And potatoes, onions, carrots, maybe like a light gravy or something, and they put it into that and it's delicious. But other popular flavors are steak and potato, potato, cheese and onion, just cheese and onion. Like I saw some spinach feta.
When I was in, I visited Bath one day over a weekend and I had a holiday pasty, which was turkey and gravy and cranberries.
Oh, stop!
It was really good.
Oh. Is Kate Middleton just the most gorgeous woman you have ever seen in real life? And what was it like babysitting baby Prince George? I want to be his nanny. He was a great kid.
Oh yeah.
Little fussy, but like he knows that he's the king, so why not?
In every single shop, on every single corner, there is something that is dedicated to the royal family, to baby George specifically. They would have entire sections in gift shops of museums and other places you can go that was just baby blue.
Which city is better, London or York? Fights. York! York is way better.
Ow, that actually hurt.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Because when I was in London, because when I was in London, all that was there was like French people and Americans. York has more pubs in it than there are days of the year.
Is that actually factual?
It's actually factual. Google it.
There are more than 365 pubs in York.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get to go to a pub where Charles Dickens sat and wrote?
Did you get to go to the pub where Guy Fawkes was born? Ooh, great! An irrelevant white male author.
That's coming from an English major. She just called Dickens irrelevant.
Yeah, but Guy Fawkes, he almost blew up Parliament.
Nobody knows Guy Fawkes. Were you in London on the 5th of November? No, I don't believe you were. When I could look out my window and see 11 separate fireworks displays just from my window alone.
Were you in England when Sherlock came out, so you didn't have to wait for it to come out in America? No, you had to wait 3 weeks.
Were you in London when Kelly and Rowan saw Martin... I can't remember his last name.
Freeman.
That's what I was going to say.
Martin Freeman. And I was in York when he was alive, and I'm sure I was in London when he was there, too.
No, but Kelly and Rowan saw him.
Where?
In a random square somewhere. Trafalgar, I think, is where they were.
Well,
Maybe
congratulations, Martin Freeman, for going to Trafalgar Square sometimes.
I think she's bitter and she's not admitting it.
I saw the Queen in person in London, but not this time around. When I was 17, she was going into Westminster Abbey, and like there were all of the security and stuff. She was wearing a peach coat and a matching peach hat. So did you see the Queen of England?
No, but I was outside of Buckingham when she was inside.
Me too, her flag was up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think she leaves that much. So as you can see, we had a really great time in England.
Yes.
We really miss our memories, we really miss our friends, but thank God we can just Snapchat them our selfies like I'm going to do right now. Alright, we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.